What's good, homies? I'm over here searching through my Apple Music because yes, I use Apple Music. Spotify has not gotten me yet, and it will not get me unless it sends me a check. But I am over here looking through Apple Music, and just before I say the statement, because I want to make sure I do all my research before I get people sending me a flood of albums, and I say a flood of albums for the potential amount of people that will watch this. You know, we're always hoping for bigger and better. Hit that subscribe button. Um, but I'm gonna just go out and say it. I don't think there was ever, and I'm gonna say ever, even though I found like one that was like good, but I don't think albums need to be longer than 20 songs. I truthfully don't even think they need to be longer than 15 songs because there's a lot of classic albums, and I'm gonna define classic. Like, let me define it real quick. For those that are lost, I'm gonna define a classic album: no skips and timeless. That's a classic album to me. If I could play it at any point in time, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, and that album has no skips, then yeah, that's a classic for me. Um, in the recent years, albums I could think of that I think I can give the stamp of classic is Take Care. Now I know that's more than 10 years ago, but Take Care. Malibu from Anderson .Paak, that I think is a classic. Even this Yachty album, I'm gonna be honest, this Yachty album is a classic, and 14 songs. Take Care is like, let me double check. We're on our phones for this video. We're on our phones for this video. I'm being rude. Take Care. Let's double check. Let's do research together. Is 20 songs long exactly, but before y'all think y'all got me, this is the deluxe version. It has two bonus tracks, The Motto and Hate Sleeping Alone, which are great tracks. So, I mean, if y'all would include but this is the one album that's 20 songs long that I think needs to be 20 songs long, and it you don't get bored, and it's timeless. You can listen to all these tracks right now, and it dropped 10 years ago. You can listen to all those tracks 20 years from now. I put it on everything. Put it on everything. My kids are gonna be so annoyed because that is one of my favorite albums, and I'm gonna be playing nonstop. We're gonna do one more research before I like fully dive into the video and explain why I think 20 plus song albums are trash. All right, cool. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is 13 songs long. The reason why I don't like albums more than 20 songs, and trust me, I'm all about content. I'm all about as much content as I can feasibly get. Like like new fresh content from my artists. Um it's just cuz I think it kind of like, for albums that are like have like a theme to them, it kind of ruins the theme. And I know a lot of albums that have themes, they don't really go more than 15 because it's like we're following a story. I don't really need more than 15 songs to explain myself that much. Because I mean, especially if the songs are on average like 3 minutes long, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, that's enough time. An hour or so is enough time to explain myself and tell like a portion of my life, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, it's after a while it gets boring. It gets pretty crowded. Um, you get a lot of skips. You get a and you could really just take these songs that are skips. You put them on a mixtape, and they might not even be skips. It's just like the surroundings kind of ruin it for me, especially if you're like me who listens to albums in order. It kind of like ruins the flow of stuff. Maybe the song by itself, I've had moments where I'm like, oh, like I'm listening to an album and I'm like, this is a skip for me. but I hear that same song probably like a month later in the whip, and it's a whole different vibe. It's like, oh, this song came on because I didn't delete it from the library, but I'm like, this song came on. I'm like, all right, cool, cool. I remember this song. Okay, why is this hitting a little harder? It's sometimes it's the environment that you put that song into. It just ruins the entirety of the album maybe, or the song itself. I think more than 20 songs, you lose whatever the album is supposed to be about. Even if it's not like a contemporary album where it has like some story to it, maybe it's just, hey, we lit. I still feel like, hey, we're a little lit for too long, and there's only so much you can do unless I mean, if you pull like a Kendrick or a Frank Ocean in the sense of like you wait forever to drop music, then I think it's a little bit more like you get some leeway to it. You can drop an 18 track album. You can drop a 17 track. You can flirt with 20 and get 19. But I think when you pass 20, you get a lot of muck. I'm looking at like Chris Brown. A lot of his albums are like 20 plus songs, I believe, and it's just like a lot of it is like there's some radio hits in there. There's some timeless hits in there, but then there's songs that you didn't even know existed until you look at the track list and you're like, oh, like I didn't know the song existed. Um, I'm thinking of another album that's like flirting with 20 plus, and that's Childish Gambino's Because of the Internet. I think that has like 18, 19 tracks, maybe even 20 or more. But I know there's a lot of skits on there, and that's something that, I mean, you don't really count that for the track list. I'm not gonna scroll and see that there's 22 songs and be like, ugh, because like most of the time it says skit. It says skit right next to it, and so I'm like, okay, like this is not a real 20. But honestly, if I see 20 songs on a album, like I'm scrolling and I see 20 songs, I'm like, yo, like this is a commitment. Because I like to sit down and listen to my albums like all the way through, whether it's like doing homework or whatever. And it's like that's a commitment I gotta make to this album for however long. And you probably gonna forget the topic halfway through. You probably gonna put me on a whole nother ride halfway through. No, keep it. You could do the Kanye run. That Kanye run was interesting. I mean, I know most people don't really like it, um, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. The was it Infrared? Is it called? Wait, not Infrared. That was one of the songs on Infrared, but or Daytona. The Daytona 7 songs, Yay 7 songs, and then there was another album that was 7 songs. Was it Jay Electronica? I can't remember right now, but I enjoyed that run. It was short, concise, and it got straight to the point. Ye said whatever he wanted to say on Ye. Uh, Pusha T said whatever he wanted to say on Pusha T. Pusha T dropped was it? It's almost dry, and that has more songs on it. And it's like I think Pusha T's like I think he needs to stick to that 7 song formula. I think he needs to stick to that because you can only listen to the crack talk for so long. So it's like more than 7. It's like, yo, we get it. We get it. You order Diet Coke. That's a joke, right? Like, I get it. Play on words. I get it. So 20 is, it just, I think, and I don't think I'm alone out there when I say that, like, when you see 20 songs or more, you're like, whoa. Especially if if it's not your favorite artist, it's really like we're well, we gotta digest this. We gotta sit down and this is like a tomahawk steak, well done. It's like we gotta chew on this for a while. I hope I got my point across. I might turn this. I'm gonna call this one a Saints ramble because I was rambling. Um, but anyway, let me know y'all thoughts. Tell me if I'm completely wrong. I'll listen to whatever albums y'all suggest. Whatever, I don't care. But I did research for like 30 minutes prior to this video. I don't think y'all are gonna show me a 20 plus album song album That's a classic. It could be really good. I guarantee you, I'm gonna listen to it. Like that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna respond to the comments, and I'm gonna tell you how many skips are in that album. You send me this album, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. 5 skips, get out of here. 3 skips, get out of here. I'm like, you were close. You had 2 skips, but they were skips, and they were trash. Get them out of here. But anyway, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Reach me on all platforms at Godflow. I'll put them in the video, whatever. But it was nice talking to y'all. Peace.